Namaste everyone and welcome back to my channel Sapna's Yoga Diary. So this is in continuation of the series Yoga Teaching Skills and Tips. And in this video I'm going to share what should be the sequence, like how you can prepare the sequence of the class, okay? Which postures to practice first, which postures to practice last, what should basically be the order of asanas, and if you are starting with the warm-up, what should be, what are the things that you should consider, etc, etc. So yeah, without any delay, let's get into the video. Okay, so in the previous video I talked about how to start the yoga class with or without Om chanting, and now once the Om chanting is done, what to do. So if you are teaching in the morning classes, always start with the empty stomach exercises, empty stomach yogi kriyas, because that is an advantage of the students practicing in the morning class. So the empty stomach yogi kriyas include Kapal Bhati, Agni Sar, Udyan Bandh, Noli. If you are, Noli is generally not taught because students take time to reach to that level. But yes, Agni Sar, Udyan Bandh, and Kapal Bhati. So Kapal Bhati first, then Udyan Bandh, or Kapal Bhati, then Agnisar, then Udyan Bandh. In this order, if you are teaching all three. If you are teaching only one practice, Kapal Bhati is enough. So after Kapal Bhati, then start the physical warm-up. So when you are preparing the warm-up, always keep the students in mind. When you are teaching in a group setting, few people will be more flexible, they can do a lot of things, but few won't be that flexible. So think about this. Suppose if you have people who belong to, like, who are elderly, who are in their 50s, 60s, if they are also there in your class, think about them also. So prepare the warm-up which everyone can do, because it is the beginning of the class. So you should not avoid giving modification in the beginning, because if you give a sequence which everyone is able to do, so everyone will feel positive about the class, that's the thing. So prepare the warm-up which everyone can comfortably do in your class. After for warm-up, I personally use yogic sukshma vyayam. I use Pavan Mukta series part 1, part 2, and I sometimes combine a few movements from part 3 also. So that is what I personally use. And if the group is a bit flexible, then if they have been practicing with me for longer, then what I do, you can also start directly with sun salutation. You can use sun salutation as a warm-up. Okay, so depending on the flexibility of the students, you can choose the warm-up. So once the warm-up is done, the next thing would be asanas. So in asanas, the thing is which asanas to start with, what would be the order of asanas. So I follow this pattern. Start with inversion, then back bending, then forward bending, then side bending, then spinal twisting, and then postures from miscellaneous group. So there are basically 6 groups of asanas, 6 groups in which asanas can be classified. So first is inverted group of postures, in which you can Sarvangasana, Sirshasan, Ardhalasana, Halasan are included. Then the back bending, wherein Bhujangasana, postures like Bhujangasana, Shalabhasana are there. Then forward bending, Paschimottanasana, side bending, Trikonasana, spinal twisting, Vakrasana, Ardha Matsyendra Asana, and then comes the, after spinal twisting, the miscellaneous group of asanas. So asanas which cannot be categorized in any of the 5 groups which I mentioned, they are classified in the miscellaneous group. So in miscellaneous group, what kind of asanas come? Balancing postures like Vrikshasana, Tadasana, and Mandukasana. So these postures are classified in Virabhadrasana. So all these are covered in the miscellaneous group. So this is the order that I had been followed. This is the order that I learned from my yoga guru, and that this is what I have been using for structuring my yoga class. So you can use it in preparing your Hatha Yoga class or your vinyasa sequences. Also, do not skip the counter poses. If there is any counter pose linked with a posture, always follow with the counter pose. Suppose if you have done, if you have taught Sarvangasana, what is the counter pose of Sarvangasana? Fish pose, Matsyasana. So, after Sarvangasana, Matsyasana. And then once you complete your inverted posture with its counter pose, then go for the next pose, which is back bending. Okay, so inverted postures, back bending, forward bending, side bending, spinal twisting, and then miscellaneous group. So that is how you structure the asanas. After asanas, keep at least one pranayam practice if time allows. One pranayam practice. If I basically emphasize a lot on Anulom Vilom, because if you are teaching yoga, you know that the more you practice, the more it shows up on the body. Okay, so it will not make sense of practicing different different pranayam practices on different days. So if at all you have to choose 1 or 2 pranayam practices, fix it. Okay, fix it that this is what we are going to be regularly using. Occasionally, of course, you can change. So after pranayam, before pranayam, sorry, I forgot relaxation. Do not skip relaxation. If you have referred my first video, how to plan your yoga class, I have talked about guided relaxation, which deeply relax the body muscles. That really helps students to prepare for pranayam and meditation practices. So use that, and after shavasana, at least one pranayam, and once the pranayam is done, you can finish with Om chanting if that is allowed. If Om chanting is not allowed, you can finish with Brahmari, or you can finish with I already covered this in the previous video, how to start the yoga class. Refer the same, you'll get an idea on how to finish your yoga class when you cannot chant Om. So that's about structuring and sequencing your yoga class. If you have any questions, you can put it in the comment box. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. Hope you liked this video. If you did, do give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste. Take care. Bye-bye.